Hey, what's up, YouTube? Russell with AmbeRussell. You guys subscribe at the top, thumbs up the video, leave a comment at the bottom, watch previous videos, and stay tuned what we have for you guys in the future. So, the thing between Matthew and Beyonce is heating up. He's saying that they were lying about him. If you guys don't know, she fired him. Obviously, as we all know, she's under Live Nation, and Live Nation told Beyonce that her father was stealing money from her. And she decided to look into it a little bit, and it seemed as though there was money missing, and so she decided to jump ship, fire her father, and go with him. Now, Matthew's saying that they're lying, and that they just want money from her so they could gain money from her concert tours and stuff like that, because we all know Live Nation is very big with the concerts and all sorts of stuff like that. He's kind of upset with how her album was doing because he's like, they weren't managing her correctly. As we can see, she has no hit single on the radio yet thus far, and she has been releasing music for the past, since March, April-ish. So, and also a lot of songs got leaked, the whole album got leaked, so they're not managing her correctly, and he's upset about the fact that they made these lies about him, these accusations that he's calling it, and and that they took his door away from him. He said there's no hard feelings between them, but he feels though that these people are the total opposite of the people that she had before managing her and the people around her. He doesn't like that, and he doesn't like the people who are around her. And so, my thing is this. This guy didn't take all your money if he did take your money. He took, a couple of dollars here or there. I mean, he's done so much for you. He's the reason why she's the person she is today. He was the one who pushed the drive in her, took her to vocal and dance lessons, and told her to keep practicing, made her run the heels, so now she knows how to dance in heels, unlike a lot of other stars out there. He was the one, he gave up his whole entire career to focus on her to make her into a star. Now, he has done quite a bit of shady stuff in the past, and I'm not too sure if I could believe what he's saying, but what I do know is this. He knew how to manage Beyonce the best, and Live Nation is not going to cut it for her, because obviously they're not managing her correctly. She hasn't had a hit single. She's not making the best music that she has made as far as commercial-wise. But I mean, congratulations to her for having her album debut at #1, be #1 for 2 weeks in a row. That's good for her. I can see this album selling about 1 million copies, going platinum within the next 2 months. With the way the rate of its sales are going, and she's going to go gold, obviously, next week. But again, if it is true that they are lying, they're out there just trying to take Beyonce so that they could get the better end of the deal and get funds from her for her tour and get 10% from her. If it was me, I wouldn't even care to sit him down and tell him not to talk about it, because it's making her name and her image look bad, as well as, just keep the money in the family rather than having it outsourced to other people. Nicki Minaj has been, said to have gotten hit by her boyfriend/hype man, SB. Obviously, they were in a relationship, that they're sharing the same suitcase and living in the same hotel room. If she got money like that, she should be getting him a separate room if there's no sexual connection between the two. But clearly there is. Anyways, they said that he hit her in the face by accident with a bag, and police were called. They were arguing a little bit. He was trying to take a suitcase with him, and they were fighting for it, and he accidentally hit her. So I'm glad that's the reason why she didn't press charges, was because it was an accident, and not because he did it on purpose, and she was too scared to, go call people up. With that being said, according to the media takeout, which, is good for lying, they said that he was jumped by a couple of Young Money artists, or goons or whatever, and he was unconscious in his room, and he was, stayed in there until he recovered and recouped. I don't really believe that too much, but I mean, hey, I just take their media takeout sometimes with a grain of salt, just tell you guys what's happening. I was watching Nicki Minaj Behind the Tails type story thing on E! the other night, and a lot of stuff still left me unquestioned. It says that she's 26 years old, born 1984, and yet the police report filed said that she was 28 years old, obviously meaning that she was born 1982. And also on the show it says she was in the 5th grade, 1993. If she was born 1984, that means she was 9 years old, graduating from the 5th grade, and that wouldn't be old enough to graduate the 5th grade, because you have to be 11, 10 years old. Either she was born 1982, or her family lied about her age to get her over to come to America. one thing that's got to clear up is about, in the past video I talked about this, is the whole beef with the Young Money thing or whatever. I talked about Drake getting punched in the face by Lil Wayne, and just had to say that the reason why the media takeout said this was because Drake was disrespecting Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne was in jail, and they were saying that he wasn't showing him as much love as he was making us seem that he was showing. Also, they said he was messing around with Chanel, the girl who signed in Young Money, who was at the time dating Lil Wayne. So they said Lil Wayne punched Drake in the face or whatever. There was a lot of times when they weren't together. There was at a basketball game, and they weren't sitting next to each other. And, you know, there was rumors about him wanting to sign a Live Nation and leave Young Money record label, which I don't blame him, because if you notice, so many people on Young Money and Cash Money record label aren't getting any shine. It's just Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Drake, Corey Guns a little bit. He had a TV show with Nick Cannon on MTV, which a lot of people, I guess, seem to think I look like him. I don't know. Do I look like Nick Cannon, you guys? I was watching Nicki Minaj, you know, behind the stories thing. It was kind of funny to see because she didn't dress the same, she didn't look the same, her body was totally different, her skin complexion was kind of darker, and I just find it funny also that they didn't play any of her old music because she's totally two different artists. You know, it's more bubblegum pop, it's a little bit more developed lyrically, whereas back then I didn't really think she was that good at all. There was nothing really too impressive with the one song I did hear from her back in the day, the one where she sampled Biggie's song. I can't think of the title. But anyways, back to Young Money and their artists not getting any shine. It seems though it's only those few people, and you know there's a lot of people in the underground, in the behind the scenes, who aren't getting as much shine, who has, you know, a couple of songs here and there featuring other Young Money artists, but they're not getting promoted or getting the limelight that Nicki, Drake, and Wayne are getting. And I just find it kind of funny. It just like Wayne are getting. It just reminds me of what Bad Boy was back in the day, where people were getting signed and getting their dreams and all this stuff getting lost because they weren't getting any attention at all. Also, like Bow Wow, he signed to Cash Money, he's not getting any attention, as well as what happened to Manny Fresh, Juvenile, and just the rest of the dudes from the Hot Boy days. And what happened to them? Why aren't they, you know, as famous as Lil Wayne, or having their music get shown around like Lil Wayne? Also, a lot of people were getting upset about me with this video was how I was talking about Lil Wayne use other rappers' lines. Point blank simple, it's the truth. You could go watch any videos. He has songs from Tupac, from Jay-Z, from Andre 3000. He has a whole verse from, what's her name, Aaliyah. He has a verse, he has a line from Rakim. And just, you know, there's countless other stuff. Now, I'm not saying he's taking their whole entire lyrics. He's just taking a line here or there, which I don't understand why people are making such a big deal. They say he just raps on top of his head. If you look at his album booklet and you look at see who gets writing credit, there are a couple of songs here and there where it's him by himself and there is multiple people's names there as the writers. So obviously he does not write every single song by himself. A lot of rappers don't. So I don't understand why people are making such a big deal. The only reason why I said it was because people say that he's the best rapper alive, and I'm just saying he's not coming with everything by himself, so we can't say he's the greatest when he's just like everyone else and has aides to help him. Also, his rapping style has changed drastically within the past 10 years or so from when he first started to now. I mean, maybe it's because he's getting high more or drinking more of that scissor or whatever, but at the end of the day, he's not the same artist. Speaking of Lil Wayne, they are saying he wants to have a clothing line. He said in the magazine that he's going to start one. I think it's going to be called Rebirth or something like that. And I just don't see him as a fashion, phenomenon or having too much style where someone will go look at what he's wearing and actually try to match exactly what he's wearing because he's so basic on the fashion style. I mean, maybe Drake, when he was, doing good with the clothes, and, Kanye West and Andre 3000, I could see them having a fashion line, but not really Lil Wayne too much. I reported about this before, told you my opinions about it, and I still don't see them really having too much, I don't like to use the word too much, but swag to say, to actually start their own clothing line. Lil Wayne, not even at all. He has no sense of fashion. A lot of people are saying that it looks like he picked his clothes off the floor, randomly in the dark, which it really does. Sometimes it doesn't match, it doesn't coordinate too much, and his whole overall style is not cohesive enough for it to actually be aligned. And it seems as though Lil Kim has a little bit more trouble on her hands. The new Monica song she's featured on, they actually took her verse off because she doesn't have the right to be able to be on the song because Biggie's mom won't allow her to use the track. And so it's just another, bad moment for Lil Kim in her career. Because the song is a really good summer song. It's doing pretty decent on the charts. It just entered, debuted without Lil Kim actually on it. And so Lil Kim, Rick Ross, and Monica, but obviously Lil Kim got taken off because she doesn't have the right to use it because the old Biggie song that they are sampling. And it's just another, punch in the stomach for her. And I'm just glad to see Monica actually try and support and say how much she loved Lil Kim and say how much she wished that she would still be able to be on the song and just show her love and support. And, that's how it crumbles sometimes. Singer Pia from American Idol has a new song come out. It seems like a sort of, too cheesy. It's like very much like a Jordan Sparks type song. I hope she finds out what kind of artist she wants to be and starts coming out with better songs and song selections and have more songs with depth with them and more meaningful songs rather than just a catchy pop song. It was mid-tempo, I forget what it's called, and nothing impressive. She should work on becoming a better performer than standing in front of a mic stand because not a lot of people are going to go see her just do that. She's kind of too boring, she's kind of too plain. She's just a really, really pretty girl with a really amazing voice but no actual stage presence. And she can't move too much. She's kind of stiff. I hope she just work on that. But it just seems kind of funny that she's having music come out before the actual American Idol winner. I don't know. I thought that they had to wait until the first time their album come out, especially she's like 7th place. But I guess that they changed the rules on that. Speaking of American Idol, X Factor, American Idol X judges, current X Factor judges, Paula and Simon were kind of, had a new promo come out for X Factor, and it seems though they're making fun of the whole American Idol setup and just having just random bad singers go through and make it to Hollywood. I just seem as though for them to be making fun of where they got their careers rebooted at and where Simon got his American career to get on the jump start and what started them off, for them to now be making fun of it and saying it's a joke. It's kind of, ass backwards because that's where they got who they are now. That's how we know them. We know them from American Idol, and now they're turning their backs on them, making fun of it. But hey, they have to do what they gotta do to make their show look better. But a lot of people don't want to watch American Idol. They like X Factor. They like The Voice. I understand why people can't just watch all three because they don't interrupt one another. They all come out during different times. But you just gotta wait and see how X Factor turns out. And the guy finally, the guy who caught Derek Jeter's 3,000 home run ball, he gave it back to them in Yankee Stadium, all this stuff. And now, what I was thinking to myself, doesn't he get taxed for that? And then come to find out, he does get taxed for that. He's in debt with $100,000 in student loans, which I don't feel bad for him because a lot of the classes and courses that you take at a university that costs that much, you could easily get at a community college. Half the classes you take your first 2 semesters, first 4 semesters at that, are, pointless BS classes that are just not a part of your actual major. It's like English, history, math, like in high school, those kind of classes that you had to take in high school. Those are the same courses that you have to take that are required for all students to take. Might as well go to a cheaper school if you're going to take that much money out for a student loan. If you can't afford it, don't do it. So once again, this guy should have stole the ball back to the Yankees and got some money back. But now he's getting taxed for all the stuff that they're giving him. But to help him out, Modell's and a beer company are going to help the funds, are going to give him funds to help him out with the tax that he's going to have to pay from Yankee Stadium for all the gifts that they're giving him. But won't the IRS tax him for the money that they're giving him too? So it's going to be another never-ending journey of getting IRS taxing him every single, person that's helping him out financially. So this guy went to college, got in debt with $100,000. He works in a career that was obviously not for his major. They say he sells cell phones. He gets a grand prize ball caught, and he gives it back for free just to get material things that he can't get, and holds no value to him to actually help him out financially. If it was me, If it was me, I would have sold the ball for about $300,000, sold it to the Yankees, put it on eBay. I don't care, because at home those $100,000 bills and the IRS taxing him is a lot more than going to a season long of the Yankees game. I mean, it's just for the rest of the season. The season ends with about September, August. I mean, it's only like about 2 more months worth of baseball when you could have all your loans and debt taken care of in a heartbeat like that. But some people have value in other stuff, and I have value in making sure my financial situation is on check and on point. But hey, that's what this guy has to do, what he has to do. And this is Russell, AmbeRussell. Subscribe at the top, thumbs up the video, leave a comment at the bottom. Make sure you guys thumbs up, leave a comment at the bottom.